Guys, Blackburn Rovers 0, Leeds United 2. We closed the gap to top to 4 points, 5 points, and it looks like we've inflicted some pressure on those two ahead of their 3 o'clock games. Obviously, Ipswich travel to Middlesbrough, which is not going to be easy, and Leicester host Plymouth, which you'd fancy them to win that one. But yeah, what a performance! It was a difficult game, a tricky game. But it was a typical away performance. Get a goal, absorb a bit of pressure, and hit him on the counter and get another goal. And I felt like Blackburn were quite a good opponent actually. I felt like it was quite a difficult game. They had more of the ball than we did. I think at times we was happy for them to have it. They had a couple of good players. I feel like Pickering had a good game for them. But overall, I feel like we were in control, and it was a fantastic away performance, much different to the one type of performance you would expect at Ellen Road. Yeah, we absorbed the pressure, and then we'll try and talk about the game in time order because I'm quite bad at doing that. But yeah, it was a bit of a cagey sort of start. We had a couple of opportunities. Obviously, Jorginho picked up on one of their mistakes, and I'm not sure if he was trying to chip it in or find Dan James, but either way, it went wide. Perot had a free kick that whistled past the post via a deflection. And the first half, I think we edged it, but it was pretty even. Their only threat was really crossing it and trying to score via a header, which I think we nullified that quite well. People still seem to slate Meslier. I think he done all right today. We know he's not the best at coming out to catch crosses, but I think he got in the end of most of them. And I think he done really well. War Piglet, hello mate, thanks for tuning in like always. Winning away colours, clean sheet, happy days. Mott, yeah, happy days indeed, mate. So we go in at half time. And with a fragile lead, we know the game's not done. Sorry, let's talk about the goal, shall we? Jorginho going on one of his mazy runs, which he does, and he almost lost the ball. He stumbled, and the Blackburn fans give it the big one, give him the Olay, the cheers, and he stays on his feet, slaloms closer, draws the defence towards him, slides a perfect ball in for Dan James, who, what a finish, by the way, and what a season Dan James is having. Like, at the start of the season, quite a lot of people, and I sort of understand it to a degree, just wanted him to go. I always wanted him to stay. There's a video I done right before the season started, and I said I think he's going to be the surprise package this season, and he's turning out to be that. Great finish through the defender's leg, bottom corner, 1-0. After that, Blackburn came into the game again, but we go in at half time with a lead, and that's that's crucial. Kevin Otto, hello mate, hope you're good. Thanks for tuning in. So we come out second half. Blackburn were starting to up the ante a bit. There's having a few sort of half chances. They were dictating the play in the midfield, I feel like, for the first 10-15 minutes of the second half. But what I like about about Leeds today was the darker side of football. I felt like every time we had the opportunity to waste 30 seconds a minute, go down, stay on the floor injured rather than bouncing straight back up. Meslier took his time a bit with goal kicks, and he was holding the ball down, waiting for the striker to come and close him down. And I feel like we ran the clock down a bit, and we took a bit of pressure away by every time Blackburn got on top. We were breaking the game up by doing the dark arts of football, which we've missed, which we haven't done for years now. We've never done it under Bielsa. We never done it under Marsh. We never have done that. So it's nice to see us with a bit of game management and taking the sting out of the game. And believe me, it is annoying. I mean, I've only ever played football at an amateur level, but even then, when you got a bit of momentum going, and the other team are taking a minute to do this or 30 seconds to do that, it does break up your momentum. So I was really pleased to see that. I know it sounds like a a small bit of detail, but it is pleasing on the eye to see us actually managing a game. And yeah, we absorbed a bit of pressure. I do think actually Blackburn should have had a penalty. I was watching the game on a Blackburn stream, and these commentators were doing my nutting. Obviously, they always are so biased, and you can understand it because obviously they got their own fans paying £5 or whatever to watch the game, but they were just talking utter rubbish most of the time. And yeah, I feel like they should have had a penalty. He got to the byline, went to pull it back. Strelk sort of slid in, and as the ball come back, he put his arm out. If that was the other way around, I would want a Leeds penalty. I would be expecting the ref to give Leeds a penalty. So I think we might have got away with that one just a little bit. But and also they had another claim, didn't they, towards the end of the game? Well, I think it was already 2-0 at that point, where it was on the edge of the box. Someone slid in. I can't remember who it was. Was it Ampadu? And it looked like a foul. But regardless, it's nice for these things to go for us. And let's talk about the second goal. As I said, we was absorbing a bit of pressure. You know, we were trying to manage the game. We were trying to see it out a bit, and we hit him on the counter. Archie Gray comes storming forward by who'd away. People again said he had a difficult afternoon. I felt like he held his own brilliantly. I didn't see it. I didn't watch that game and think Archie Gray was struggling. I thought he'd done pretty well, but each their own. Anyway, he has a little lovely 1-2 with Jorginho, slides it in the path of Somerville, and this kid. You know, we need to tie him down on a long-term contract before January gets here, because there's going to be so many teams sniffing around for him. And even though, you know, it looks like after the things he said and that, it looks like he might stay, you just never know. If a team comes in for him, his head could get turned by a bit of money, by, you know, European football. If it's a, you know, top 6, top 7 side, you just never know. So I think just get this geezer tied down to a long-term deal and make sure he's here with us next season. But yeah, he chips the keeper 2-0. Kevin Otto says Dan James is ripping up. He literally is. Did you see his podcast? No, haven't actually seen that. I'll try and have a look at that. Hello Lord, what a game. Up on the biggest height. Yeah, we're doing well, and it's nice that we've got this win at before Ipswich and Leicester have played, because, you know, they'll be keeping an eye out. You know, they always say, oh no, we're concentrating ourselves, and they give it the political answer. But we know that they would have looked at that, and they'll look at the table and they'll see that we are really, really breathing down their necks now, like literally. And Ipswich also will probably feel the heat a bit more than Leicester, because not only have they got a harder game today in Borough away, they've also got a really, you know, tricky set of fixtures coming up. They got the derby against Norwich. They've got us. They've got Leicester. So yeah, I think they could start to feel the heat soon. They're a terrific side, Ipswich. So you know, it wouldn't surprise me if they went to Middlesbrough and won today. But I think there's every chance that Borough could get something out of that game. Both wingers on fire, and that's it, mate. They are on fire, and you know, like the biased commentator said for Blackburn, when you're bringing on Nonto and you've got Jaden Anthony on the bench and you're bringing on Jed Spence, you know, you can't see a reason why we shouldn't get out of this league. We should, you know, we should be definitely in the top 2. Like, I know it can be a bit more difficult. It's easier said than done. And on any other season, we would be in the top 2 now, probably top. But we've got so much depth, strength in depth that, you know, I think if we don't get top 2, it could be deemed a bit of a failure, unless we come third with like 94 points and just get unlucky. Kevin Otto, West Brom lost. Yep. Again, mate, forgot to mention that. Thank you. Yeah, they lost. Was it 1-0 Sunderland? I think it was 1-0. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, West Brom lost. So that's good. That opens up more of a gap there. Although I do think the top 4 are just going to run away with it. Emmy Live Better with the £1 donation. Thank you very much. Yes, guys. I recently got monetized. I'm never going to sit there and ask anyone for any money or anything like that. But anything that you do donate, even £1 really helps. Goes towards just the running of the channel, new equipment, etc., etc. So thank you, Emily. I do appreciate you. But although your comment didn't flash up, so I don't know if you want to rewrite it in the box or whatever you want to do. But thanks very much. I really appreciate it. Oh, there we go. Mott. Here we go. Perfect. Everyone's buzzing. Everyone's happy with that. What would have been horrible would have been to slip up today and then have to watch those 3 o'clock games with fear. But all in all, I think it was just a complete away performance. There was no, there's nothing that I was annoyed about. There's nothing I was concerned about. Maybe other than the fact that Sam Byron went off injured at the end, and he was injured. I feel like Spence was due to come on anyway. So it's a bit annoying it couldn't have been done a few minutes earlier because I think Byron's picked up a bit of a knock. But we'll see how he is. We'll assess it. I was at 2-1 West Brom. I thought it was 1-0. Oh, okay. And what about Liverpool Palace? Not that matters for Leeds, but I'm keeping an eye on the old fantasy team. Did that finish 1-0 in the end? I was setting this stream up. I didn't see the final minutes of the games other than the Leeds game. But yeah, other than Sam Barham going off injured, I think it's been a terrific day. And oh my God, the fans, 7,500 Leeds fans. I mean, I've been to Blackburn away once and we had the same allocation and it was just unreal. But I think we lost on that day. Or it might have been, we lost 2-1. But just hearing it, it's just unbelievable. If you shut your eyes, you would think Leeds were the home team. So shout out to every one of you who was there today. You made some terrific noise. And it's got to give the players a boost, hasn't it? No matter what they say, it's got to give the players a boost. But going through performances, Jorginho, he's just like, even if he's not like always involved, he just always makes sure he does something noticeable to change the game. He's like a Metador. Metador? Is that correct? You know the geezers with the red sheet, and then they make the ball come towards them and they just mug them off. He's like that. Even when the man slips over, he still stays on his feet and slides it in to set up the first goal. He's just unbelievable. I literally, for the first time in ages, I just love our team. Like, I know it's probably easier to say that when we're cooking in the championship and winning week in, week out. It's easier to sit there and say you love the team, but it's true. I just love them. Daniel Farke's really got his starting 11 like on lockdown now. There's no nothing changes, and you know that when Nonto's starting on the bench every week, you know that he loves Dan James, he loves Somerville, he loves Perot in the 10. He's got his starting lineup nailed down. Archie Gray at right back, Kamara in the middle, and I think it's going to be like that most weeks. I don't think he's going to change much. When he has done that in the past, we've ended up slipping up, like Stoke away, Southampton away. So I don't think he's going to want to get his fingers burnt again. Liverpool 1-2. Oh, thank you, mate. Yeah, I didn't see the end. What do you think of Joseph cameo? I think he done all right, mate. And I'm going to be honest. From now on, I'd rather see him coming on than Bamford. I think he looked more than comfortable. Obviously, he didn't get a long run out, but it's something for him. And obviously, soon we're going to have our FA Cup game coming up in a few weeks. So I'm guessing he'll probably get 90 minutes in that game. And I do think he's got a role to play. At the start of the season, Lockie did a great video on Joseph. If you haven't checked it out, go back and check it out. He looks like a great player. And I think, it shows that Daniel Farke probably does want to keep him. The fact that January's approaching and all of a sudden he's getting minutes and stuff, whereas players like Gelhardt and that are just completely out of the question. So yeah, I think he done all right, mate. Spence is very good, and yeah, he is, mate. I think he looked pretty decent when he come on as well. You wouldn't look at him and think he's played one game since that Sheffield Wednesday game, and before that hadn't played for ages. You'd look at him and you think he's been playing regularly. So this is it. This is the strength and depth that, fortunately, we've actually got for a change. So yeah, just all in all, I'm just so pleased. It was a great performance. It wasn't like tantalising. It wasn't like when we're at Ellen Road and we blow these teams out of the water 3-4-0 and have 70% possession. It wasn't that type of game. It was just a beautiful away performance. Like, got the goal, sat back a little bit, absorbed a bit of pressure, ran the clock down, killed the game off a bit, took the sting out of the game. And then when Blackburn was starting to pile forward a bit, boom, counter attack. 1-2, slide Somerville in 2-0. It was just a beautiful performance. And I think Farke's going to be really happy with that. And Meslier as well, that save he made near the end, brilliant. He gets so much criticism, Meslier, and I just feel like he's under a microscope. Whatever whatever he does good is to be expected. Like, oh, well done, you made a save. You're a goalkeeper, like Roy Keane-esque. And then whatever any little mistakes he makes are just like highlighted. I think he's done well so far this season. I think he's had a solid season. So yeah, and he made that great save at the end. And you never know if that goes in. They've got 5-6 minutes to get another. You never know what could happen. So it was an important save, even though it was 2-0. War Piglet, you need to win games like these if you want promotion. That's it, mate. These are the games you've got to just grind out a win. And even though it was 2-0, I do feel like it doesn't flatter us, but I feel like the way the game went, I feel like it was only a one game different goal. I feel like 2-0 was, if someone looked at it and said, oh, Blackburn 0 Leeds 2, you'd think that we just comfortably won 2-0. It wasn't quite like that, and we know that. But they're the games that you have to just grind out a win. However you need to do it, just get it done. Also think Farke done well with the subs at the right time. Again, killed the game. Didn't do them all at once, trickled him along. Brought on Spence when I think he was going to come on for Byram anyway. Sorry, not Byram. I think he's going to come on for Archie Gray because Archie Gray was on a yellow card, right? And obviously we know Spence is traditionally a right back. And then I think Byram picked up a knock. And then he's come on for Byram instead. I could be wrong there, but yeah, that's what I think. And he again just fitted in perfectly. I didn't even, I wouldn't have even thought he'd been out for so long. First time travel through ball from Archie Gray. Yeah, it was unbelievable, mate. Just a quick one too. And this kid is 17 years old. And when he's running with that ball forward, cutting inside, running forward, best believe he isn't just doing it. He can see Somerville running. He knows once straight ahead, a pass ahead. When he gets that ball back off Jorginho, he knows exactly what to do. He didn't even look up. He just 1-2, bang, straight in. And his footballing IQ is just absolutely madness. And again, I hate to be negative, but it's going to be so difficult for us to hold on to him. All right, matey. Was worried about that game. Happy weekend. Yes, mate. I was a bit concerned about it myself. If someone would have offered me a 1-0 win, I would have happily taken it. If someone said we're going to draw, I would have been a bit annoyed because we need to keep winning games. But I wouldn't have been completely disappointed. So to come out of that with a 2-0 win, a clean sheet, another goal for Somerville, another goal for Dan James, it's just brilliant. I'm over the moon with that. So yeah, really happy. And it's just lovely to know that Ipswich and Leicester will be more than aware of that. I'm going to get the league table up on my phone now. Pretty sure we're 5 off top now. Obviously they've still got to play, but that's not right. Hang on. Championship. Yeah, 5 off top, 4 off second. So say Middlesbrough were to beat Ipswich one day, which I could see happen. I could see either team winning that. Then all of a sudden we're 4 points off them, and they've got a real tricky set of games coming from. I mean, I know we have as well, but theirs is definitely harder. And obviously we've got to play them, and they're it's at Leeds. We haven't lost a game at home, and I think they've still got to play Leicester. They've got Norwich aren't a great side, but those derbies, Ipswich Norwich derbies, always throw up weird games. So obviously we travel to Sunderland next, which is going to be really difficult. I'm hoping Byram recovers in time, but if not, then perhaps Spence could start there. But we'll look ahead to that game at a future date. Let's just revel in this lovely away win, a real beautiful away. 2-0 away wins are just lovely, aren't they? Daniel put midfielders in defence bucks a trend of defence players. Yeah, exactly, mate. What I like about Daniel Farker, he knows what he wants to do and he just does it. He doesn't care if it perhaps other people might not think it's the right thing to do. He does what he believes in, and that's why he's been so successful at this level. Borough win today, you reckon? Houghton and Greenwood help us, mate. I can see Middlesbrough winning this game. Like if Ipswich won, it wouldn't surprise me. We'd be like, oh my god! But I put Middlesbrough in my footy acca. So I do fancy Middlesbrough to win this. And yeah, if them two could help us, that would be brilliant. But you know, if we can go into the midweek games only 4 points off top two, then that would just be fantastic. And like I said, with their hard run coming up, they're gonna feel us breathing down their neck. Would love to see Archie further forward. Yeah, I agree with that, mate. See, he's not a bad right back, and I think he's more than held his own there. But I think he's got a lot of attacking qualities that aren't being sort of delved into. He's very agile on the ball. He spots his passes ahead like he did for the goal. He reads the game so well. He's agile. He's nippy. He's quick. I can imagine it'd be quite hard for a defending team to pick up, to track, and to get the ball off. So yeah, but where would he go right now? I guess is the question would be to that. But I agree with you, mate. I like him where Pereira. Yeah, that's just spot on, mate. It's literally what I was saying. If he was sitting in front of the opposition defence, I think he would be quite hard to mark. He'd be quite hard to get the ball off. He's quite agile. He's quite quick, and he's very direct. But yeah, you're not going to drop Perot for him, are you? So it is hypothetical speaking, but I do agree, mate. I think he would have a role to play there. Carrick is a good manager. He's probably the one I wanted the most, other than Farker, to be honest. And people were saying about his Man United links, just like, nah, just allow it on this occasion. So can I, Lloyd? Is that regards to Middlesbrough winning? Yeah, I can see that. With Bryan injury concerns, do you think that Spence can play in that position? Because yeah, so that's it, mate. I think Spence was due to come on for Archie Gray. I mean, I don't know that. I'm just assuming, considering Archie Gray was on a yellow, and then he almost got. I think he was lucky not to get a second yellow. It was a bit of a 50-50 one where he could have easily got booked, and perhaps if he wasn't on a yellow, then he would have been shown a yellow. So perhaps Byram injury came at the right time for him. Obviously don't want Byram to get injured, but I feel like Archie Gray was on a tight rope. But sorry, going around the houses, getting to your question. Spence can play in that position because I don't think Spence is an out-and-out left back, but then neither is Sam Byram. Who else would you put there? Firpo's obviously injured again. I'd rather Spence there than Firpo anyway. Yeah, I think he'll just put Spence there. I don't think he'll want to change too much around. I think he'll just put Spence there and have belief that he can do a shift in that position. Because even if Byram's not like out for a while, we play Sunderland. What is it, Tuesday night or Wednesday night? Even if he's got a dead leg or rolled his ankle a bit, there's a chance he will miss that game now. But we'll see. He might be absolutely fine. He looks physically impressive. Yeah, he does. He looks like he's kept himself in good shape despite not playing much. And his link up's not quite there, and that's because probably, mate, he hasn't played much. He hasn't got this cohesion with the players around him yet. But I think that would come in time if he got a decent run in the team. All the way from the States, Kenneth. Hello, mate. Good to see you here. Chatting with him the other day, showing me all the lovely forest walks that he goes on with his crossbow. Unreal. What a life. Yeah, good to see you, mate. Joe, he will improve with one more game time. Yeah, he will. Sorry, Emily, already flashed that up. Again, thank you for that, Emily. Appreciate the £1. All helps the channel. Where was we? Joe, he will improve with more game time. Spot on. Archie could be Beckenbauer class when he grows up. Well, you never know. I mean, look, it's mental when he's 17 years old. Imagine him in 5 years, like how good he will be, especially if we're in the Premier League. Unreal. Anthony doesn't do much for me at the moment. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's frustrating for him because I feel like if he had a constant run in the team, he would. I think he could get going. I think when Bournemouth got promoted, he scored like 9 goals, didn't he? So he had a good year. He's a good player, but he's just nowhere near the quality of Somerville and even Dan James at the moment, and Nonto as well. Like, you know, what do you do if you're Farker? You can't not bring on Nonto, and you can't drop James or Somerville. By the way, guys, I don't ask for this enough because it always sounds so beggy, but if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, please just subscribe. Please like the video. I think I saw my last video, like in the last 3 months, the people who come back to watch this video, every video I watch, every video I put on, they watch it, and only 30% have subscribed to the channel. Like, just click the button. It takes 1 second, please. Yes. Michael Brown, Leicester will lose their African players in January, February as they'll be called for AFCON. Ipswich will lose centre-half Burgess and attacker. Yeah. I covered that in the video the other day. Spot on, mate. And that's something that they will be wary of. You'd probably expect them to dip into the loan market in January, especially Leicester, you know, quite a big club, you know, Premier League club. You know, they'll probably be able to get a few players in from the Premier League on loan, a couple of youngsters or something, just to fill the gap for a couple of months. Whereas Ipswich, they got a real tricky run of games coming up, starting from today, starting from in 3 minutes' time. You know, I think they're about to feel a bit of heat, Ipswich. First of all, they're, you know, not out of their depth. Sorry, that would be real discredit. And they're a fantastic side, but they've only just come up, right? And they're flying. Don't get me wrong, but surely it's got to die down at some point. You know, surely their wings have got to be clipped at some point. And I'm hoping this tricky run coming up, us, Leicester, Norwich, Middlesbrough today, and then followed by the players that are going to be leaving them. You know, hopefully they start dropping some points. Because I can't see Leicester coming out of that top 2, to be honest. Players bounce, they do, mate. You know, he's just brilliant. Like I said, he's a matador. He just teases people. His awareness is just fantastic. Off the ball awareness, he's in the right position. When he's got the ball, he looks like he's doing it in slow motion, but he's just so direct. A real what a player. I love him. Put some pressure on the top 2. Yeah, that's it, mate. We've done that. We've done that already. So it's over to them now. Even if one of them can draw, it's a successful weekend, isn't it? Ipswich could also lose infinite Sam Morsey's called up to Egypt. Yeah. Leeds won't be able to keep Archie Gray, especially when the big money clubs come sniffing around. Yeah, that's it, mate. What are we going to do if Liverpool chuck 45 million in for him? It's going to go, isn't he? It's going to go, isn't he? I mean, you know, you wouldn't begrudge it either, would you? I don't know. Maybe we get back on loan. I don't know. It'd be sad if that happens. Like, I'm dreading January because it's just so Leeds, isn't it? To be flying and then like Somerville leaves or Gray leaves or something like that. A real spanner in the works. But yeah, let's hopefully get January out of the way with no one leaving. He's he's Leeds more. Yeah. I hope you're right, mate. I do think you're right as well. But in this day and age, you just don't know. You just never know. Yeah, it looks like he's got a sensible head on his shoulders. But then what do you call sensible? Okay, he's at Leeds and he's playing every game, right? And he's really developing his career. But what if, you know, is moving to Liverpool in the Premier League? Is that not classed as, is that unsensible thing to do for a footballer, moving to Liverpool? I don't know. But yeah, let's hope he stays. Guys, I don't know if it's lagging on your end, but it's a bit laggy. I think it might be right. If I disconnect, then I will just reboot it straight away. So please stick around. But I think it's all right. Let me know in the comments. Keeper saved a non-toe shot when he came. Yeah, it was a good effort as well. He rattled it. Nonto. It was a good effort. I think maybe perhaps could have squared it across the face of goal. But yeah, it was a good effort, and the keeper's got a hand to it. I think he's tipped it off the bar onto the bar. So yeah, Nonto nearly got a goal when he come on. And War Piglet, okay, listen, I thank you, mate. Yeah, I don't know why I was lagging. I'm in the cupboard under the stairs. Like, I'm not even joking. One day I'll put a picture of it, like we had a baby, newborn baby, the other day, by the way, week old. I don't like posting stuff on Twitter like that because you never know what creeps are around. But yeah, we had a baby last week, all healthy, by the way, guys. Bless her, she's beautiful. Anyway, I was in the spare room, and obviously that's her room now. So I've been pushed under the cupboards, under the cupboard. But yeah, it's all right. Okay, Mine Lloyd, how can I donate? Oh, you just click the super thanks button. It's a new thing because I've only just been monetized, and I didn't, people like advertise it and that, but I'm not going to beg people for their money. Like, it's not about that for me. It's just about communicating with you lot. But yeah, there's a super thanks button. You just click that, and it's linked to your bank, and and then it comes up on here. It does help the channel. It goes towards new equipment, etc. And paying for StreamYard as well, which is quite expensive actually. I would not sell any of our loan players in this window, just in case Leeds fail to go up. Leeds may well lose their better players, so need to keep hold of Cresswell, Greenwood, Joffe, loan them out. That's not actually a bad way of looking at it. Sort of like a contingency plan for if we come third with 99 points this season. But they, yeah, I mean, I'm sure they would be up for that as well. I'm sure that would probably suit them as well. Although I think hasn't Greenwood's got a 1.5 million clause where obligation to buy if they want him. Have I just said that right? If they want him, they can have him. I think for 1.5 million. That's what I think. But other than that, yeah, that might not be a bad shout. Congrats, brother. Thank you, mate. Yep, she was born. So while she was in labour, I may or may not have been streaming the Leeds game from the ward. Labour's a lot. It took ages. It took like 16 hours, bless her. So I had to do something. So I was watching Leeds v Middlesbrough. But she didn't mind. It was all good. Baby was born at 11:15 at night, so there was still like 8 hours to go anyway. Come on, cut me some slack. Congratulations on you, baby. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Alison, hello. Hope you're well, Alison. A scrappy win, 3 points. Counts, I predicted a draw. Happy to be wrong. Yeah, I thought it might be a draw as well. So I was pleased to get over the line with that. It's a real nice win. I've said it so many times. 2-0 away from home is just so beautiful. Like, obviously any 2-0 win's nice, but away from home it's just like just sits nicely, Oh, Borough, 5 minutes in. Any early goals, guys? Come on. Middlesbrough 0-0. Leicester 0-0. Okay. No, nothing yet. Congrats on the baby, Lloyd. What weight was she? She was 6'13", which is not too bad. Like in the middle, isn't it? Like a healthy sized baby. And we was at the hospital this morning because she had to have her hearing checked, and it's all good. Some sleepless nights. But yeah, it's all part of the fun. I'll get a good end to the deal actually. Like on a night like tonight, I'll say, I'll do the first feed, and that'll be about 10 when Match of the Day's on, which I would watch anyway. So it's all tactical. So Match of the Day will finish, I'll get into bed, and then she'll do the night feed. Amazing. I think Bournemouth just scored against Man United. My phone is telling me, yeah, Bournemouth are leading away at Old Trafford. This is going to be a beautiful day today, guys. It's all going to go for us, I tell you. Alison saying hi to people in the chat. 3 points onwards. Yeah, perfect, mate. Perfect win. Perfect performance. What did you name your wee one? I don't know if you have heard this before. Bridie. Bridie. Bridie Dean. Yeah, something a bit different. And obviously my other little one's called Bella. So Bella and Bridie is quite cute. That's okay as long as she is well. doing 2 or 5. Yeah, that's it. We've been averaging between that. It's literally been like 3 hours between each feed. Hope your partner's not watching, giving your secrets. I think she gets a bit of a vibe for that anyway. When I'm like keen, I'm like, yeah, I'll do the feed one tonight from 10. Lovely. She'll have the feed, then she'll sleep till about 2, and then she'll do the night feed. Perfect. Joseph looked good in his cameo appearance, put himself about, looked better than Bamford when he's come on. I mean, this is it, mate. And what does that say for Patrick Bamford? But the thing is, what next for Patrick Bamford? I don't want to get into it. This has been a beautiful day, so I don't want to get into a Patrick Bamford debate because it's going to last for approximately 1 minute, right? What do Leeds do with Patrick Bamford? Who would want Patrick Bamford? I just can't see where his future lays now. Yeah, but yeah, Matt. Yeah, Joseph. I'd much rather have him playing. That's lovely. That's an Irish name. Yeah, I heard it was an Irish name. I also heard it was a bit of a gypsy name, which I haven't got a problem with, but I just wasn't aware of that. My name is weird as well, Lloyd, obviously, and it was named after a bingo caller. So my mum was 7-8 months pregnant, and she said, if I win tonight, I'm going to name my baby after the name of the bingo caller. And she won. I think she won about £100, which or was it £50 or whatever, in 92 was quite a lot of money. and his name was Lloyd. So I'm called Lloyd. Cheers, Mum. She'll be sleeping through the night, no time, Lloyd. What a lovely Christmas with a new baby. Yeah, I hope so. She's not been too bad, actually. She gets up she needs to feed at 10, 2 and 6. So it's not too bad. Oh, wow. $20. Mate, that's amazing. Get some diapers on me. Thank you so much, mate. $20. Wow. Jesus Christ, that is so kind of you. Thank you, mate. Thank you so much. I know it means so much to me. I know, like, these Leeds content creators, they get floods of money in that, but I'm sure it does mean loads to them as well, but that is just incredible. This is the first stream I've done since I've been monetized as well. I just don't advertise it because I've been quite inconsistent lately, because obviously I've had a pregnant girlfriend and a newborn, but I'm going to try and ramp it back up. But that is amazing, mate. I can't thank you enough. Bless you. Very kind. Do you have a set time of days when your podcast comes on? So this is what I was just saying, mate. I mean, Alison will probably tell. I used to be pretty consistent when I only started earlier this year, and then when my girlfriend was pregnant, there's a couple of problems and stuff, and I just couldn't set a set time for a stream. So the best thing I can say is just put your notifications on, and I can promise you I will get more consistent from now on. I'm going to try and do it after every game if I can. I'm going to try and do it before games if I can. There'll be videos in the week, but just please subscribe and always like the video because it puts it out there for other people, and just hit the notification bell. Then it will just flash up when I'm on. Kevin is an Irish name too. Is it? Really? I thought Kevin was like the most standard English name. Kevin. Is it Irish? Are you sure, mate? I mean, you are called Kevin, so you probably do know more than me. Let's see if there's been any goals. No. Oh, I just want Middlesbrough to score. I just want to see it ping up 1-0 Middlesbrough. I still can't believe that, mate. $20. That's unreal. Thank you, mate. Do you have no, I don't. Yeah, but like I said, I'm going to be more consistent. Unreal win today. I'm so happy. Isn't it just nice to, obviously I love the Premier League. I want Leeds to be back there ASAP. But isn't it just nice for Leeds just to win every game? Like I did dread the Championship. Like, literally made me feel sick when we got relegated. I didn't shed any tears though because I knew we were already down. But isn't it just nice just to every game just to go in it thinking we're probably going to win this easily. We'll win this 2-0, 3-0. And I know some of the games haven't worked out like that, but we haven't lost a home game. Just really enjoying this season. and I don't want it to end. Or I do want it to end with Leeds going up, but it's just nice because I know if we do get promoted, which I think we will, it's going to be back to like winning 1, losing 3, drawing 1, losing 2, winning 1. You know, but what can you do? There's never been an English king named Kevin. Ah, interesting. There is now me. Oh yes, love it. Look at that. Can't understand why Farker doesn't put Cresswell ahead of Cooper. He had a decent season, loan a mil. Plus, he was part of England under 21 squad that won the Euros in the summer. He signed a 4-year contract. Yeah, I feel you, mate. But Cooper's more of a leader, isn't he? Cooper's more of a leader, and you know, normally when Cooper plays, it's because Strelk or Rodon's out. So I think he just needs that experienced head there. I mean, surely there can't be, you know, Farker can't sit there and think Cooper's a better defender than Cresswell. I think it's more about his I think it's more about his you know, knowledge of the game and his experience. But yeah, I think by the end of the season, I think Cooper's time might be done anyway. I just don't think he fancies any of them particularly much, if I'm being completely honest. Big King Kev, thank you, War Piglet. Hi, me again. I did try to donate. Got on that super thingy, but something went wrong. Don't worry, honestly. Just I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Don't worry. It's absolutely fine. I appreciate you being in the chat and watching. Just make sure you click a like. That's all that does annoy me is when someone doesn't do that. Unless you don't actually like the video, then don't click it. But yeah, just click a like. That's fine. And don't worry about donating. It's all good. So my American mate gave me $20, so I'm absolutely buzzing with that anyway. We're going back over our comments. Sorry guys, hang on. If you get a big crazy money for Gray, it will look great on the balance sheet. Big test for the board. That, yeah, I think that will be a bit of an acid test if 40 or 50 million gets slapped down on the table for Archie Gray, because to be honest, they haven't been put to the test yet, our board, have they? I mean, they don't get me wrong, they come into an absolute show, but they haven't had like a real difficult decision to make yet. You know, they appointed Farker. I think that's quite a standard, easy appointment at this level. If you can get him, then why wouldn't you get him? You know, the only difficult situation they had was like the whole Nonto situation. They got rid of the players who didn't want to be here. They've made some good signings, Perot, Ampadu. They've done everything well. You know, they've been ticking along nicely. It'll be interesting what they do if they get a lot of money laid down on the table. And I just don't know myself what will happen. I guess it depends on Archie Gray as well, a lot of it. Off shopping with my son. Cheers, mate. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate it. And I know I've said it 100 times, but yeah, thank you so much for that donation. That really does mean a lot to me. Enjoy your day, mate. And let's hope Middlesbrough can do us a favour. Still 0-0 at this moment in time. But yeah, have a good day, mate. Thank you. A window we'll be keeping out. Yeah. That's it. If we can get through January and still have Somerville and Archie Gray at the end of it, then that's a success. I mean, I don't even know who I want us to sign. I feel like we need someone. Who do you guys want us to sign, or what position do you think we need to strengthen in? I think we could do with another 10. Pro's done all right there, but just for like options, if anything. Did you see the Gray interview with the Guardian? No, I did see about that, but I haven't actually read it yet. What did he say, like in a nutshell? Love the video, Lloyd. Thank you. It's my first live stream since August. Just been so much going on. We need a Kenneth. Big up to you. Yeah, so kind of him. We need a left back, centre back, Cam, centre forward. Well, God. Don't want much, do you, Alison? But no, I do agree. Centre back is for backup, though, isn't it? It's all for backup. That's the thing. It's going to be hard to get decent player in and be like, well, you know, we are like third, second in the league, so you are just going to be like a squad player. It's hard to get someone in. Maybe like a youngster on loan, that would be better. Matey from Chelsea, the left back who played for Burnley last season, Mattison. Is it Mattison? He's apparently available. He'd be a quality signing. But then what would you do with Byram? You know, but then squad depth doesn't hurt anyone, does it? Pat Dunn, hey mate, hello Pat, hope you're good, mate. Hey mate, a straightforward 2-0 win. Who would have thought? Regarding Cresswell, he must have had a row or something with Farker, because otherwise it's very strange. Anyway, bring on Sunderland Mott. Yeah, a lovely win, as I said, pleasing. Something real aesthetically pleasing about winning 2-0 away from home. Cresswell, I don't know what it is. I don't know what's happened, but he's the thing is, when he was on loan at Millwall, he got off to a flying start. But then, did you notice towards the end of the season, he actually did start to get dropped a little bit? So I don't know. Maybe, you know, I remember that game against West Ham. He looked unreal. He looked like he had Antonio in his back pocket, and then it just like fizzled out for him a bit. Maybe he's not what he's cracked up to be, or what people think he is. It's easier to get an opinion on someone who you don't see much, because you know your mind's you start creating these own solutions in your head about if you're not seeing them much, and you think, oh, Cresswell's better than Cooper, but is he? I don't know. I'm not saying he is or isn't. I just don't know. Yeah, that would be the one. That would be the one. Imagine that. Joe, my WhatsApp group with Joe and Lockie and everyone's favourite Italian. He put a video in of like commentating in Champions League final. It's Archie Gray, and he finds his brother Harry Gray, and Leeds win the Champions League. Just imagine. Not going to happen, but just imagine. Burnley at Iron Somerville again. Mate, would you go Burnley if you're Somerville? Oh, I wouldn't. If I was Somerville, I'd be like, I'm staying at Leeds. Get promoted. Start week in, week out. Yeah, I think no way would he go to Burnley. Like if it's someone like Palace or something, a bit better. You know, they do good with their wingers as well. Palace, and they Eze, Elise, and all the rest of the gang, but surely not Burnley. Joe, yes, to push on second half of the season. Leeds fan from India, mate. First time in your channel. Keep up the good work. Wow, I think you're my first viewer from India. Please subscribe, mate, if you haven't already, and click a like and hit a notification bell and join in future as well. I'm trying to like well, I'm not taking over the globe, obviously. It's a tiny channel, but yeah, we've got someone from India now. We've got someone from America. It's nice. It's nice to have this, because we know Leeds fans are absolutely everywhere. I'm convinced they'll find a Leeds fan in Mars one day. There's talk that Burnley may recall Anthony in January due to lack of game time, like Arsenal did to Leeds with Nketiah. It depended on terms of contract. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather keep Anthony, because you never know what injuries are going to come. But you know, if I was Farker, I'd be like, well, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to drop Somerville? Do you want me to drop Dan James? I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens with Nonto in January. If he goes, then we might, you know, have to then buy another winger if Anthony gets called back as well. But time will tell. But I understand it. I would understand it if Anthony did want to go. That's the thing. Be for loads of money. He ain't going to Burnley. Oh, come on, guys. Please tell me he's not going to Burnley. Of all teams, just Burnley. Is there any goals yet? Leicester 1-0 up against Plymouth. We knew it anyway, didn't we? Mivididi penalty. What about the stats from the Middlesbrough game? There hasn't been one shot yet. There's been nothing. I'll take a 0-0 draw. Still progress, isn't it? Yeah, Leicester 1 up already. Yeah. But we expected that, didn't we? That's not going to dampen my spirits. Want to see more of Matteo. Yeah, well, that's what we were talking about earlier, mate. I think there's a situation potentially where he is ahead of Bamford in the pecking order. I mean, Bamford wasn't even on the bench today, was he? So maybe I'm sure he's got some kind of niggle. But this is the thing; it's just absolutely pointless having him at the club. And I used to love Bamford, and I do like him as a human and as a person, but he's just lost it. he has just lost it. But yeah, I'd like to see more of him. And obviously we've got the FA Cup coming up, so hopefully he can get a good run out in that. And it's good to get him some minutes in the tank today, because obviously he hasn't played much, so we might need him. You know, touch wood, we don't get any injuries, but you know, I don't think we're going to go out in January and buy like a big name striker, are we? Because we don't really need one. But if Jorginho or Perot was to get injured, then we're going to need backups, aren't we? Keep winning our games and don't worry about the table come Feb March. Yeah, I'm convinced that by February we will be in the top 2 anyway, and I think it will be at Ipswich expense, because I can't see them getting through this hard run of fixtures and then having to deal with all their players leaving in January for the Asian Cup thingy majiggy. I can't see them getting through all of that and still picking up 3 points every week. Bamford's ill. Oh, he there's always something with him. Bless him. Ill. What does that mean? A cold, stomach bug? I don't know. Maybe I'm being too cynical. But yeah, we didn't need him today anyway. To be honest, we need to keep winning as Southampton on our tail. Yeah, they're a bit of a worry as well, aren't they? We keep looking ahead to Ipswich and Leicester, but maybe we need to start looking behind us a bit, because they are a worry. Southampton, they're a very good side, and you just know this is going to be the season where the team that comes third has like a record amount of points, where in the previous 36 years they would have come second or first or whatever. West Brom as well. Yeah, they're doing all right. I mean, they lost today and they have tailed off a little bit over. You know, they lost to Leicester, didn't they, as well? But I mean, that's nothing to be embarrassed about. But I think they look good for the playoffs, West Brom. But I don't think they have enough to challenge for the top 2. Titles still on wheels will fall off. Others Leeds are going from. Titles still on the wheels will fall off. Yeah, you think the wheels will fall off the others? Yeah, well, let's hope, mate. Starting today. Southampton still 0-0. Watford, Leeds currently on the same goal as Ipswich, plus 16. Yeah, it just shows how important that win was against them, doesn't it? Away from home. You wouldn't know it at the time, but I think that's the only game they've lost. Also, that game against Leicester that we won, if we'd have lost that, we'd have been 17 points behind them. Mental. Now we are sort of breathing down their neck. Strength to strength. Yeah. Right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. It's been 52 minutes. Going to go and watch the 3 o'clock kickoffs. But thank you all for joining in. Thank you for those who donated. I really appreciate it. Please smash a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Enjoy your days, guys. I'm sure you will. I thank you for all the comments. Like, without you lot, like this stream just doesn't work, does it? Like, otherwise I'm talking to myself. Alison knows that. When I first started streaming, it was just me and Alison having conversations in the chat. So I appreciate it all, guys. Thank you for coming along. And I'll probably be back on Tuesday with either a stream before the Sunderland game or after it. Hopefully after. Great stream. Thank you. Back to your cleaner. I'll enjoy that. Bless you. Great content. Thank you, Kevin, and thank you to all of you. So have a good day, guys, and I shall see you again soon.